Is it rolling, Bob?
Here we go. And you, Bill Campana, joins us now live from the Brick Cave Studios in Mesa, Arizona, to sign copies of his newest book, If Porch Lights Have Moths, Then Raincoats Have Fish, or Pinhole Photography, Tunnel Vision, and Extraterrestrial or Existential Observations, while peeking through keyholes, or ancient Sumerian dating tips and Gregorian cat calls, or abandoned by wolves only to be raised by plant life. Welcome, Bill.
Thank you, Bob. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in out there in Radio Land. Radio Land.
Radio Land.
I said Radio Land. Hi.
He said radio.
I hope everybody is safe and healthy and wearing a mask right now. I'm not wearing a mask. I was going to wear my Guy Fawkes N95 mask, but not tonight. I'm saving that for the revolution.
Which will now be Facebook Live.
Hey, revolution will be...
Oh, let's see.
We're going to have a revolution here next Tuesday when President Trump shows up in beautiful downtown Mesa.
There we go.
And we're where we are right now in beautiful downtown Mesa.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
At the Brick Cave Studios, I'm having a beautiful coffee here in the Cafe Du Monde cup. And donated by Bernard Schober, a.k.a. The Clute.
Who,
hey, look at me, I can see myself up there.
I know, right? So, welcome to Bill's live signing. If you have a question for Bill, you are welcome to post it as a comment in the live video chat, and we will ask it of him live on the air. There is, of course, still time to purchase a book. If you need to purchase a book, we can get that done. All you have to do is click on the link that's in the event description. That will take you to the Brick Cave page, and you can do it right there, real quick. We'll get notice, and then we'll even do your shout out as long as Bill is still talking while you do that.
Shout out. I'll shout out everybody's name.
So, Bill.
Ferdinand Marcos. Shout out.
Imelda.
Yes, Bob.
Tell us the story behind this new book.
Well, you know, I do this thing, I used to do this thing called open mic poetry, and I would host it, and I would open it up with maybe 2 or 3 poems every month, and that all went away. It's just gone. We're not doing that anymore. And then the pandemic hit, and now nobody's doing it. So anyway, I continue to write, and I will continue to write as long as you know, I can think, I guess. You know, I lose a lot of sleep. I stay up. I sleep in shifts, especially on the weekend. I usually sleep most of the evening. I'll get up around anywhere from 10:30 to midnight, and then write most of the night. And so anyway, these poems are like the last batch of all the poems that I read live after I would write them. The next book, which will most likely be titled In the Key of A Negative, which is my blood type, in case anybody's interested in, you know, having some of my blood at some point, or giving me some of yours. I prefer A negative. You know, some people like Heinz ketchup. Some people like Hunt's ketchup. I like A.
Some people like A negative ketchup.
I love A negative blood. It's in my blood, as a matter of fact.
You do have Mark Cummins has just posted.
Hey,
hello.
Mark. Mac. What's up, Mac? Mark and I go back to the glory days of Bedford High School, back there in Bedford, Ohio, and a certain apartment on Libby Road. After that, those years were over. Yeah, good times, Mark. Good times. Mark has one of my old guitars. It was a Fender Telecaster knockoff, which I don't think ever sounded like a Telecaster. And I left it with him when I fled the state and moved to Arizona.
Wow.
Because it just wasn't hot enough in Ohio. It wasn't hot enough. I left it with him when I demand intense heat. I need to walk out the door and have every cell in my body just crisp like Fritos.
So, Bill, this book took a while to get out the door.
Yes.
I know we had it in process for a very long time. But when were generally these poems written? So what's the time frame on these poems?
The time frame for these poems would be 2000, geez, I'm dating myself, 2017-ish.
Very good.
Yeah.
So did you want to read a couple? Kick off with
I could do that.
Yeah,
I could read
pop a couple out there. And...
Now, the thing is, that I don't know if I want to read the best poems. Because if I read the best poems, people will say...
It's almost like you don't need to buy the book.
You know, it's like watching the movie trailer. You've seen the best lines and the best, that film has to offer. Why go see it?
This is a good enough... This is like that really good movie, though, where you can't spoil it with one or two. So
it's just like...
read what you want to read, man.
It's like Thoracic Park. It's things I need to get off my chest. Thoracic Park. Okay, what am I going to read here? I will start off. This is sort of my philosophy on poetry. Because you got a guy. Here's me. I got a high school diploma somewhere. What I know about poetry is limited to my own personal experience.
Sure.
My definition, and this is how I'd like to sum up poetry. Look, I touched my face. I do not have the COVID, so I'm going to touch my face all I want. Anthony Fauci, if you're out there watching, I'm touching my face.
Oh, you're a rebel. You are a rebel.
Okay, and this is the intro to the book right here, the intro. Poetry is the air between the surface of the wine and the base of the cork. The bird on the cat's tongue in the blink of a glass eye, the window dressing of literature, a throat of leftover hyphens from when I used to stammer, a murder of moths perched on a wire coat hanger, and the shortest distance between dreams. As a poet, I believe my job is to ponder the conditions and situations of my environment until I can figure out a way to best express the fact that I just don't understand what life has placed before me. There you go.
Should I snap? Is this the snapping part?
Yeah. Cue the bongos.
I don't have any bongos.
Good.
I have an empty box.
You have a conga drum? Maybe a beat on a conga drum. Okay, this is an autobiographical poem called Paperboy. I used to be a paperboy. I used to deliver the Cleveland Press back when I was a youngin'. I imagine some of the people in my neighborhood discovered Richard Milhous Nixon had been elected President of the United States by reading about it in the newspaper I delivered to them that one day when I was 12 years old. I have lived with that guilt for 5 decades. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
This,
So, Bill, how's this book a little bit different than, say, Flotsam? Because Flotsam was the book that was most recently out before this, right?
Right. There's we all have, sort of like a path we travel in our writing. The first book, which is this gem over here, called "Said Beauty to the Blues." What's going on out there?
I don't know. They're having a good time out there.
Yeah, the trick-or-treaters have showed up. It's a little early, kids. It's April 30th. Get it's just I'm in a different spot. Like I can tell you that the next book is like all stuff that was written without the intention of reading it in public. So that's a little different.
That will be very different.
Yeah. Of course, there's still a lot that just zings in there.
Because you've described, a lot of the times you've described each book as being a certain period in your writing when you've always been performing. I mean, you've been performing as long as I've known you. So.
Right, and thank you, Bob. And most of these are chronological. You know, like all the poems in here are from, I would say, 2017, you know. I generally wrap up a book in a year. I could do a book a year. I could do a book a year. Who wants a book a year? Anybody out there want a book a year?
Post that in the comments if you'd like a book from Bill each year. If you want a book a year, then just post yes in the comments, and we'll make it happen.
It's my promise.
Honestly, it's probably going to happen anyway, but that's not that's beside the point.
Like I got another one ready to go, and I've already started on the one after that. I've closed it up, and it's like, okay.
We're running out of colors, though.
I think the next one is might just be plain cardboard.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Or just white. It'd be like the White Album. The White Book
with Bill Campana written on it.
It'll be helter skelter. I can guarantee you that. I'm gonna have some more of this Cafe Du Monde liquid tar. It tastes like the Ninth Ward. So anyway, some of these poems are, they're it's a little more introspective, I think, you know, than because as I get older, you know, mortality is like knocking on my door really hard lately. Mortality. Man.
I wonder why that would be.
Good old Mort.
That's kind of crazy.
I like to refer to him as Mort.
Mort.
Mort's coming. Hey, Bill, come on now. You done in there? Yeah. You done in there, Bill. Now, here's a poem called I Believe. I am experiencing deja vu more and more as I age. Sadly, I fear these rare psychological moments are being canceled out by short-term memory loss. Variation on a theme. She proficiently used deja vu to prolong her orgasms, while he much preferred the out-of-body experience as a means of birth control. And a different version of another poem. While falling through a trap door, I had an out-of-body experience. If it wasn't for deja vu, I would have never felt the landing. Thank you.
Hey, Gary has joined you.
Hey, Gary, how you doing? It's Gary Bowers, my old buddy. Is it Gary Bowers?
Yeah, it is Gary Bowers.
Oh, Gary.
It is Gary Bowers.
Like I know more than one Gary. So how many Garys do you know? One Gary. Gary's an old friend of mine, as is Mark Cummins so far. The two people that have called it.
So you do have, hang on.
Contemporaries of mine, too.
Let's see if I can see who our third viewer is. I can't...
Mark Cummins.
Ruby Tate.
Who?
Ruby Tate is your third viewer.
Oh, hey, Ruby. I don't know. Ruby Tate?
Welcome, Ruby.
Hi, Ruby. Hey, Ruby, how you doing? Don't take your love to town. I'm going to tell you that right now. In honor of Kenny Rogers, who is no longer with us, saying Ruby.
Oh, no, it's Jessica.
Hey, Jessica. How you doing?
I'm sorry.
Which Jessica?
Jessica, Portland Jessica.
Portland Jessica. It's Jessica of Portland, Maine. Portland, Maine?
No.
Oh, I got the Jessica right. I just got the state wrong. Is it Portland, New Jersey? Portland.
Portland, Arizona.
Portland. You want to hear a dirty poem, Bob? I'm not going to read any dirty poems here. Here's a poem here. It's called Revolution Number 10. When British rock stars are knighted by the Queen of England, I think it's only reasonable that they should be wearing armor when we pay our hard-earned American dollars to see them perform. The tea went in the harbor, Ringo.
in his all-star band.
Yeah, Ringo. I love Ringo.
I do too. My favorite.
I have
Beatle.
no feelings for Ringo.
He's kind of my favorite Beatle.
He's gonna be the
He's gonna be the one that sticks it out longest.
he's gonna be the last one to go, and he's gonna have a big drum off with Pete Best, and they're both gonna die on stage. I was laying my head down on my pillow last night, and thinking, man, my neck is just a little bit stiff, and I thought of that My Pillow commercial.
Oh yeah.
And seeing how my head works in a strange way, I started counting off the syllables. And for the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit mypillow.com. That, my friends, is the worst haiku ever. Mike Lindell writes one haiku, makes millions.
Mm-hmm.
I write thousands. I get nothing. So I have rewritten it to make it the best haiku ever, which is, for the hottest night in the whole wide world, visit Mike Lindell in hell.
So I just asked everybody what their favorite Bill Campana poem was. So we'll see what answers come back.
Yeah. I don't even have one. Would you like to hear some haikus since we're on the...
Let's do it.
Look
Let's
at
do
this.
it. Then you can throw a couple signatures on some.
Oh, yeah. I'll throw a fit, too. The infant hipster drinks mother's vegan breast milk from a mason jar. Hipster infant? Vegan breast milk? Mason jar? Get it? Get it? Saving my spare change. One day I will fly first class into the abyss. I love reading haiku when there's nobody in the room but one other person.
Yeah. Hey, we're socially distant right now.
We're socially distant. I'm feeling very socially distant. Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Hey, that was my fish. Being a penguin is like being in some kind of bird fucking cult.
By the way, Gary says that Pine Sol the ventriloquist is a favorite.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Maybe. Dear Dr. Phil, please yodel the results of my colonoscopy. Next on Parts Unknown, Anthony Bourdain travels to the spirit world. That was really poignant at one time.
Yeah, I think that was pretty on point.
It was. I miss his show.
Yeah, I do too.
I guess I'll sign a few books.
Yeah, so Bill's going to go ahead and sign a couple. I've put everybody that pre-ordered one, I printed out their shipping, their shipping included book there, so he can do a shout out for you. Gary, did you ordered on Amazon? I just want to check to make sure that I shouldn't have something for you because I didn't have anything with your name on it. So
You ordered from Amazon.
I'm sure he did. He did the last one. So
if he'd have just waited a while, I would have taken care of him.
well, hey, your stuff's worth getting as fast as possible.
It is. Get it quick.
Fast as possible.
Get it quick. If you're thinking of buying food, no. Put toilet paper. You get this book. You won't need toilet paper. Your hole will be pinched so tight from laughter that you won't go. It'll be, oh my God. I'm just puckered with humor here.
Oh, I wasn't gonna say it. I was not.
I'm not suggesting that you wipe with this book. I'm just saying read it.
See? I'm not
Read
going
it
there.
and weep.
I am not going there.
Weepness. I'm signing this book for Mark Cummins. Mark, my old compadre, my old buddy at, I don't even remember the address, Libby Road, somewhere back there.
You should put a special message for him.
I will put a special
that only
message.
Mark will know.
Yeah, only Mark will know. Like,
I tried to get Bruce to do that, but he wouldn't do it. He just signed his name.
Frank Marzi. They call him Frank Marzi because he's from Mars. Mark sent me a CD from the days back on in the apartment. We had somebody brought over an Echoplex, and we had a lot of fun with that thing. And
wait, the Echoplex was the
it was like a little recording device.
Okay.
Yeah, and we recorded this song on there. It was called Solid Bars, and it was me on my old nylon string Ovation. Mark was on my my Telecaster knockoff, and Jeff Adam was playing a little plastic saxophone.
God.
And we just played like 3 notes over and over and over and over and over. Like it must have been, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 minutes. Of course, we were high at the time, so it seemed like an hour and a half. And there was laughter involved in this, and oh God, it was great. That was a crazy apartment. Solid Bars, everybody.
Solid Bars. There he goes. He's signing the first book, ladies and gentlemen. Mark's book. Mark is getting his book signed, and as soon as it is, I'm going to have to take it from him so I don't lose track of which book it is to go to which person. I bet you never thought watching somebody sign a book could be so exciting, huh?
I never thought signing a book would be exciting.
Would be right on the edge.
I
You are on the edge of your
sort of
seat.
thing.
This is like watching. The president sign a peace treaty.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold it up when we're done and just like start pointing to my massive brain like Trump does. Look at my brain. It's like a big cantaloupe. Crack my head open, it's orange inside too. One down. Okay, that's Mark Cummins. Mark, I appreciate this, man. Maybe someday we'll see each other again. Maybe we'll rendezvous in Ohio. We had a night, man. This was
Story time with Bill.
Oh God, it was at a bar in Kent, Ohio. JB's on Water Street. We were there to see the Numbers Band, who are still playing. The Numbers Band.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sure they've taken a break every now and then. And it was him and me, and some guy comes over and sits with us. His name was Laramie. I'll never forget this guy's name. And he pulls this illegal cigarette out of his, I don't know, pocket. And there was a lump in the middle of this thing, about the size of my knuckle on my pinky finger. And while we're enjoying this cigarette, when we get to the bulge in there, he goes, "This is the good part." And after that, things just went wild. It was I was seeing things. The building was shaking. It was. The guy in the band looked like a lizard. I was seeing like magic jelly beans just like boop, 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 boop. And I was really getting freaked out, and I said to Mark, I got to get out of here. I can't stay here anymore. This
Mark just said he saw the Numbers Band last summer in Kent.
Wow.
With Stan.
Oh my God!
And Gary would like to know where your mask is.
It's in my pocket. My mask is in my pocket. A lot of good it's doing me there. What do I need a mask for? It's just like me and Bob here. Bob's way over there. None of us have coughed.
None of us.
None of us is even, I'm only talking because I'm supposed to. Otherwise, I'd just be sitting there like.
All right, hit me with another book.
So anyway, when we leave, this place. It's the music that was on. He had this Ornette Coleman cassette, and it was very foggy, and the music would be really just head banging, just. And as soon as we would get into the fog, the music would calm down. And then we'd get out of the fog and the music would start racing again. And it was like, oh God, what is this? What the, are you aware of what's going on here? Yeah. That was crazy. God. Okay, now I'm going to sign one for Russ Kazmerzak. Russ and I are old friends back from the Mesa Slam days. Russ and I, we went to this bar in Kent, Ohio one time. A guy named Laramie came and sat down with us. And I said, Russ, wait till you catch this guy's act. Whoa. Russ once made a T-shirt with a quote of mine on it, which said, because as things happen here in Phoenix, everybody says, oh, yeah, it's 115. Oh, but it's a dry heat. I had a line in a poem that's it is apocalyptic, but it's a dry apocalypse. So he printed that up on a T-shirt. I thought that's very nice. It's very nice.
Has anyone done a tattoo yet?
Huh?
Has anyone done a tattoo of Bill poetry?
No.
Well, there you go, friends. You could be the first to get a tattoo.
Get a haiku tattoo
of Bill poetry.
Get one of my poems tramp stamped on you.
Oh, gosh. Oh my God.
So somebody will at least be able to read. Yeah.
So, question from Jessica while you're signing Russ's book. Are you still playing guitar? Do you still write songs? She doesn't remember.
No, I don't. You see these last two fingers on this hand here? They've gone. They're numb. I could still bend them, but I can't put any pressure on strings. So I don't play guitar anymore. It's very sad. I've got a lot of guitars, and I just don't play.
So after you sign Russ's book, you can do a haiku, a tramp stamp haiku is what we are hearing here. This is kind of cool. This is like ordering you like to do stuff. Like, I don't think in 20-something years that I've known you, I've ever gotten to order you to do stuff.
No. I usually Bob says, Bill, you want to do this? No. Not
but
really.
Then he does.
Yeah.
But then he does.
I do, and sometimes I don't. Flotsam and Gomorrah. Oh, Jessica reaches back for this book.
She did.
I was thumbing through this book a couple weeks ago in anticipation of getting this book in my hands, and I hadn't really looked at this in quite a while, and it's like, this is not bad.
Well, pop a couple out.
This is not. I would buy this book if I didn't write it. I would buy it.
Pop a couple out.
Man, that's okay.
Well, that's the point, right?
What I'm saying. It's okay. Okay by me, Becky. Here's one called Conducting Boredom. I'm not saying that I'm Mr. Excitement, I am pretty much a boring person. Because I write, so, people, sometimes they think, oh my God, you have such an exciting life, Bill. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean an exciting life? Yeah, I'll go somewhere and I'll read a few poems, and then I go home and I'm pretty much reading. There's a big arrow on there.
Oh, it's just that. It's that monitor. We're okay.
Okay, anyway, this is called Conducting Boredom. Breeze wanders through the stillness, brushing aside thoughts that never mainstream. History studied through stained glass spectacles. Holiness cast its multicolored shadow, weeping red tears onto a gray face, down another midnight blue morning in the desert, while last night's carelessly removed shirt vomits its left sleeve. Your city opens like the dreaded final scene, a vein, frame by frame, unraveled film held up to the light, one eye taking the hit, the other closed for pleasure. You broke the laws of sorrow, and you paid, inhaling target practice for cancer funerals. Your city is the greatest hit away from being bombed into 100 broken bullseyes. Conducting Boredom. Somebody mentioned a tramp stamp haiku?
Yeah, they wanted you to improv a tramp stamp haiku.
I'm not an improv artist, but yeah. Mike Lindell, Sweet Dreams. Mike Lindell, Sweet Dreams. Check out that tramp stamp.
On your lower back.
There
There you go. There you go.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world. Visit my pillow. Anyway, let me sign this for Jess. Jess, I hope you're feeling better.
Yeah,
She's
Jess, hope
been-
you are feeling better.
She's been under the weather lately.
Thanks
She doesn't
for-
have the COVID. She doesn't have that COVID. Not that dreaded COVID.
Dreaded.
She has I don't know what does she have, Bob?
Well, you know, I don't know that I don't know
Jess,
that I
what do
ever
you got?
saw.
What do you got, Jess? You just got you got cough due to a cold.
This is what we're doing now. We're guessing Jess's disease.
You have the croup. You have
The plague.
no, she doesn't have the plague. She might have the croup. Maybe she just needs a good hearty bowl of chicken soup.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I could use a bowl of chicken
We
soup.
can't get any chicken right now, though.
You know, don't get me started.
She says she doesn't know what she has, but she's getting a CAT scan on Monday.
Wow, that sounds serious.
Yeah, that sounds pretty. That sounds pretty not cold. Well, then we shall get these books out to you. Jess, I know you've got a Patrick book coming as well.
I'll sign that one. I'll sign that one for you.
Totally gonna have you do it. I'm totally having you sign it. But we'll ship you the two Bill ones right now, and then I'll send the Patrick one after he signs, so that way you're not waiting another week for books.
This is for Jessica. Want me to sign that?
Yeah, I want you to sign it.
I'm going to
will
sign
laugh.
this one. Patrick will sign it too, right?
Oh yeah.
You know, I did write the intro to Patrick's book. Could I read it?
You can. Go ahead.
Patrick's
It's a
is
teaser for Patrick signing next
Patrick
week.
is, man, I have so much respect for Patrick. He was at the very first poetry event I ever read at. And on October 12th, 1997, I wandered into the Valley poetry scene. It was a club in Tempe called the Bash on Ash. It was a Sunday night poetry slam hosted by then FM DJ Mary McCann, also known as the Bone Mama. I was inexperienced. I had no idea what to expect. One of the poets was an unassuming young man who bore the weight of society on his slim frame and allowed us to witness his struggle and his disagreement. He read a poem about his ironing board, and I knew right then this is what I wanted to do with my life. The absolute majority of the Arizona slam poets who have ever written a funny slam poem had to go through his school, whether it was directly from him or somebody who came after him. His work is the true template. Many times over many years I have said, if I could write like Patrick Hare, I wouldn't have to write like me. I'm going to sign it right there.
Yeah, and then
My
Jess
buddy-
will hang on to it,
my
and then
buddy
after
Patrick
Patrick
Hale.
signs it, we'll send that to you. So you'll get 2 packages from us. Here, you gonna hand that to me so I don't lose it? She's got 2, I think. She's got 2. Or was it just you and Patrick?
Just me and Patrick.
Oh, okay. Somebody
And
ordered.
last one here is from Laura Woodburn in Tucson, Arizona. Laura used to come out to the slam back at the old Ascenza Coffee House. Back in the day.
By the way, Jess has she's getting a flotsam.
Really?
I'm sorry, she's getting a flotsam and porch lights.
Hmm.
So you got to sign a porch lights to Jessica.
Well,
Hey,
Sorry.
she loves you, man.
Aw. I'll make chicken soup for you.
No.
I'll send you a packet of ramen noodles.
Chicken soup from the farmer Satan's soul.
Oh yeah. This Cafe Du Monde coffee. Oh, it is so good. What is this your special blend, Bob?
It is. It is.
Proprietary
The
Brick Cave blend.
Yes, the Clute grew it himself.
It's just got a pinch of shark spittle. Shark spittle.
Do sharks really have spittle though? I mean, they're in the water all the time, and when they open their mouth, it's like they get constant water.
Probably sees baby seals and just starts salivating. Oh, baby.
All right.
I want that. I've been having coffee at the Clute's house lately.
Are you?
Yeah. And
Good. How's he doing?
he's doing good. He's doing, yeah,
I know
healthy.
he and I talked last week because he did that Ask Me Anything.
He went to Ferguson Plumbing and they like fitted his heart with the new like
valve?
P traps.
A little PVC
He's
P-trap
got those
valve.
P trap like under your sink. It's like in his heart right now. And every once in a while, Teresa has to like
Flush it.
plunge him. Just a
Right
plunge,
on his mouth.
plunge his heart.
Plunge his mouth.
Yeah. And it's like, oh yeah.
If only Clute were here to enjoy this moment.
Hey, the Clute knows how I feel about it. I've told him that before he had his P trap
Installed.
put in his heart.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of hope we don't have to
plumbers
deal.
from George Brazil came out to his house.
I hope we don't have to deal with any more of that for a while. I kind of hope he's got that behind him for the moment. That's the second time we've had to deal with that.
Yeah.
I'm not down with that.
No. He's way too young for that. It's the sort of thing you're supposed to have done when you're like 70.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and you wanna live another 10 years. You know, so you look really used when they bury you. I don't mind dying, but man, I want to look like I've just been through the ringer. It's like, what you do? Look at him.
Sign Jessica's book.
How the hell did he stay alive this long?
So people are jumping in and out, it looks like, which is good. If you're here, if you're watching, and you want to let us know, feel free to put something in the chat. You are welcome to ask a question of Bill in the chat, and I can relay that to him. Because we don't have fancy equipment here, I can't give him like his own little monitor, which is kind of sad actually. But you know, the more books you buy, the closer we can get to that.
Who needs a monitor when you've got this electrifying Cafe Du Monde coffee? I say electrifying because it's like my heart's being shocked by this stuff.
That's the dark roast.
Yeah,
that is the dark roast.
This is part of the coffee right here.
That's keeping you up all night.
This isn't a plastic straw. This is part of the coffee.
The next book will be done.
A stem from the coffee plant.
The next book will be done by morning.
Oh. So this is Laura Woodburn, who is a nurse.
Oh, how appropriate. She literally just logged in and said hi.
Hi, Laura. How you doing? Remember the old days back at the Essenza Coffee House? I would get up there and just shout my brains out. Shout and shout and shout.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, God. I can't do that anymore. It hurts.
Oh, to be loud?
Yeah, it hurts afterwards.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me. Oh, Gary's got to run, so...
Bye, Gary. Don't put your mask on if you're going out.
And that's Bill's medical advice for the day.
Wear a mask. Save a life.
Yes. Stay home.
The life you save might be mine. So please, suit up. Wear a mask, and more importantly, wear pants.
So again, it looks like we did a couple more people join us. Please feel free, if you've got a question for Bill, post it in the chat, or I should say in the comments, and we'll be happy to pass that along to him. Also, if you just want to say hi, post your name so I know who to tell him is here. So, and we'll keep moving. You want to read a couple more?
Yeah, I'll read a couple more here.
So did you think, let me ask you a question while you're figuring it out. When you finished Said Beauty of the Blues, which is the first
Yeah,
book,
I was excited.
do you think you'd be at this point where you've now got 5, because there's, 4 plus the one you had with some other press?
You know, I thought maybe one more.
Really?
Yeah. This one here came about while I was out of work, and Bob called me and said, "Hey, give me another book." So I have these 2 big orange shoe boxes full of poetry. All the stuff I wrote while I was slamming, stuff that I didn't slam because it was, shorter stuff.
Sure.
And over like 3 days, I just
Pulled
went
a cull
through
from
these and retyped them onto my laptop, and next thing I know, it's like, hey, there it is.
I got a book.
It was like, it was almost a no-brainer, because there were some new poems in there at the time that I had, but most of it was stuff that had already been written. I just gave it a second look, and so I like this one. I like this one. I like this. I'm not gonna lie. I like a lot of the poems I write.
Well, I mean, I think they're all strong books.
If I didn't like the stuff I write, I would have stopped a long time ago, and concentrated on I don't know, peeking through windows in my neighborhood. So I can't.
So Mark, Mark's question.
Hey, I just coughed it, but it's not COVID.
Mark says, serious type question. Who are your influences and your heroes when it comes to your writing?
Ooh. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to lie. This book here, Flotsam and Gomorrah, is dedicated to Jeffrey J. Adam. This guy here, Mr. Corporate Boilerplate Vinegar. These are people I know.
The Prince of Sarcasm.
The Prince of Sarcasm. Other people I know, like Jack Evans. My God, he's just...
Yeah, he's crazy good.
Shantae Orion, Rosemary Dombrowski. I mean, these people are good. I mean, I'm not hanging around with them because I want to bask in their light. They're good. Buddy Wakefield.
Yeah.
And then
we've had a lot of fortune over the years.
And then, my God, we've had some killers come through town that are just, oh God, what's his name? I can't think of his name. It sucks getting old.
Spiro?
No, he's like a famous guy.
Bob Dylan?
Oh, yeah. Oh God, Bob Dylan. I love Bob Dylan.
I know you do.
The stuff he's been putting out lately is just like. There's a guy named Townes Van Zandt. Holy cow, this guy writes.
I'm curious, from almost a musician standpoint, Robbie Robertson.
Yeah, I look back at the band stuff sometimes, and there's one scene in The Last Waltz where they're sitting around in a kitchen, and I cringe. There's a big Confederate flag hanging in there.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, come on, Scorsese, airbrush that thing out. Oh, God.
Yeah.
I was a huge fan of his.
As a writer, though, because he wrote a lot of the.
Yeah, he was no Bob
lyrics.
Dylan.
No, certainly not.
He was no Bob Dylan. He was no Leonard Cohen. God, I could see this guy. Borges.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
God, why can't I think of that? Bukowski. I love Charles Bukowski. There's
Ferlinghetti.
Ferlin Spaghetti.
That's good.
Oh God! Oh man! God! What the hell's his name? God!
Somebody can come to the
Billy
rescue.
Collins.
Oh, there it is.
Billy
Collins.
Collins.
Wow, okay. All right.
Yeah. There's just something about his style. It's like it's just so. It just flows. It's just. But there's a point to it, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. All right, read another poem. I got to keep the train moving. That's how this works. That's my job here, is keep the train moving.
Yes.
We probably have about five minutes left or so, because I think the battery's going to run out on
Oh,
the camera.
boy, I better read quick. Yeah, Bob Dylan. My love, she speaks like silence. This is called Overstandings and Undersights, or Afterthoughts for a Previous Engagement. That's actually, it was part of the title of this book, but I had trimmed it down. Because the title was like, I think it's long enough.
You'll never find that title completely anywhere.
No, it's a pain in the ass title.
No service, no printer, no nothing.
Part of this was me being a rule breaker. Bill's gonna
Has
break
enough
the rule
space
here.
for us to put the entire title.
Okay, I'm not even going to read that poem. I'm going to read The Glory of Phoenix, or The Shroud of Grand Avenue. I miss Grand Avenue. I used to do poetry on Grand Avenue. It's the I was one of the diagonal poets.
You know, other than the paper heart, I didn't really have a lot of interaction with Grand Avenue.
Grand Avenue was pretty cool.
Have you seen the pictures of the paper heart? They've gutted it completely now.
Really?
Yeah, they took it down basically to studs.
What are they going to do in there?
I don't know. They're going to rebuild it for something.
They should make a car dealership out of it. It used to be a car dealership. We used to do poetry there, and it was like 130 degrees inside.
Because it never had air.
Oh, God, was it murderous. And then they had a little wine and beer bar, and they were under red lights, so it looked like...
If you want to hear it, some of it has been recorded.
Oh, yeah, right here, man. Look at this. Look at this tough guy on here. Tough guy Bill. Like, I'm looking like, you want to fight? Tough guy? Hey, punk. I'm in Seattle, and I'm going to kick everybody's ass. I'm going to rain on Seattle.
That's all digital now. You can find it anywhere.
Oh, it's beautiful stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even going to read that poem. What the hell am I going to read? Jesus Christ. The Nearest Future. I like this one here. Shaking off the nirvana while suffering a type 2 indifference. Musical notes leaning on the staff, blown off the page by a wild trumpet. The silence that follows the disobliging fanfare. This morning, I opened the curtains in my darkened living room to witness the pregnant ultrasonic image of what the afternoon would become. Gestation days. With reasonable detail, he could describe what was going on inside the sealed manhole of his head, but had no words for the condition tangling the veins in his bloodshot eyes. He once served a 9-month sentence inside a damp womb. Most of 1955 was a blear even to those who were already alive. The television was so much like the radio, he didn't even need a light. Blindness was so much like death that he never expected to be born. That's what it's like to be inside the womb. That
You remember that?
Vaguely. Vaguely.
So, what's your next event? Are you going to do an event once we can finally kind of get together? And
I don't know. There was supposed to be the big poetry walk.
I was very sad about that.
I
was actually kind of excited to do that.
It was going to be April, which is National Poetry Month, which is coming to a close. Just a few hours left. And then the virus hit, man. The virus came and wiped out half the population of half the poets in Phoenix are dead now. So it's like easy pickings for the ones that have survived.
Oh, so Mark would like to know if you're going to use the green scissors. He'd like to know if you're going to use the green scissors to cut up your poems and paste them together randomly.
No, I won't. That would be performance art.
Yeah, that's other people's jobs.
That's not my job. Although, yeah. No, I won't do that. I do have some magnetic poetry on my refrigerator that I haven't even played with in years.
So,
bye, Mark. I miss you, bud.
We're going to probably wrap up real quick, but I did notice Jessica had asked a little bit earlier if she could get a copy, I believe, of Said Beauties to the Blues. I gotta find her comment here. Oh, any chance I can get a signed copy of Said Beauties to the Blues? I can PayPal or whatever. That's the only copy I have right now. So if you want to sign that to her, I will add that to her package for you.
Said Beauty to the Blues.
So I'm gonna have to order some more.
This is
You might have already signed that one, actually.
I
but-
did.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's how good I am. I didn't even pick up the pen, and it's. Can I read one from here?
Absolutely. Punch it out.
I know there was a poem in here she mentioned one time that she liked. She quoted me, or she on Facebook. Everybody remember Facebook? Is that still around? Well, that's all that's around.
Is that it? Is just Facebook now?
On a clear day, rise and look around you. What the?
What the?
Man,
So
I
we
wish
had
I knew
talked.
what poem it was.
I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. So we had kind of talked at one point about bringing together all of those loud greatest hits,
In a
pop
book?
culture slam poetry in a book.
Yeah, it wouldn't be hard to do.
I think we should do it.
And it would be called Slam That Book Open.
There you go.
Great title.
There you go. You heard it
You know,
here
but
first.
sometimes the title is better than the book itself.
And Laura says yes. So if Laura says yes, you've got to do it now.
Okay. Yeah. What? I can't seem to find that poem. It was about reading, praying with a rosary of bombs. You know those spherical bombs with the fuses.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
It's a great. I love those things. I wish I had one. There used to be a game called Time Bomb.
I do remember that.
Where they'd
Yep.
go off in somebody's hand. It wouldn't kill them, you know. It would be funny if it did kill them. Like, oh my God, children are dying.
I
Don't
think
get this for your
you
children.
might be one of the few people that would think that would be funny.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah. You know,
Say it. I just didn't put that out.
I don't. My daughter is grown up, so she won't fall
So,
victim to that sort of crap.
While you're hunting that poem down, I do want to let everybody know we had actually, unfortunately, before this pandemic had started, well, not unfortunately, why am I saying that? We had talked about doing a podcast of Bill and Patrick together once a month. And the plan is to still do that. I think once we're able to actually like schedule things, we're gonna get. She says it's page 615.
Wow.
Jessica
She already
does.
has the book.
Do you already have it? Anyway, so we're gonna once we're able to actually schedule time together.
It is.
And wow. Bill and Patrick are going to actually do a podcast once a month on the Brick Cave podcast. So that'll be fun and entertaining to listen to because, well, it's you guys.
Patrick's wild.
You're not so bad yourself.
But Patrick's wild.
Yeah. Oh, I know. All right, hit that poem.
I tend to sell myself short.
Rosary
because-
Bomb.
because I
There
am
it is.
short.
Rosary Bomb is her favorite band.
Prayer control, the war within. At your glowing rebar altar, kneeling in the ashes of flower petals, with your rosary of black spherical bombs with sizzling fuses, you prayed for a pair of red combat boots and a spiritual bypass. She prayed with her rosary of bullets, aimed her prayers at the night, at the stars, a crucifix for the crosshairs. Bang, she prayed. Out the window, through the clouds, to the cold, dark eternity, the obscuring shooting gallery, angelic moving targets. Bang, she prayed. Oh, yeah.
You're still pretty loud.
I like that one.
You still got a little noise to you.
I'm glad I wrote that one, because if I didn't, I would say, man, I wish I had written that. But I actually did write it, so my good for me. Good for you, Bill.
All right, give us one more to close this
Son
out.
of a gun, you. All right, this is to a coworker. who I haven't seen in quite a while. Used to work with him back in the day. It's called One Flew Over His Head. The iconic pop reference was lost on the big Indian man when he offered me a stick of gum and I smiled and said, "Juicy fruit," as I unwrapped it and put it into my mouth. I know it wasn't juicy fruit, and there's a strong possibility it wasn't even a Wrigley product, but mostly, neither of us were in the electroshock line.
All right. Well, so thank you, everybody. Appreciate everybody that took the time to join us tonight. Obviously, if Porch Lights have moths, that book is now available. You can order it either direct from Brick Cave or you can order it on Amazon. We have some copies here for you. Please, if you would, make sure you share the information about the book so that other people will find Bill and follow him. Nervously. We want to make him nervous.
But stay like 6 feet back.
We want people to follow him everywhere.
But
so
stay 6 feet back. If you're gonna follow me with the conscientious social distancing protocol.
Of course, one of the best ways to keep tabs on Bill is to join the Brick Cave email newsletter, or you can actually become a member of the BC Book Club, and you can go to bcbookclub.com and join the Brick Cave Book Club there. There's a free option, so you don't even have to pay anything to follow Bill's activities. Or if you'd like to invest a little bit, there are a couple of options for that as well. So please feel free to do that. Thank you so much, Bill. Thank you for being here tonight. Thanks for reading to us and signing and sharing.
It was a pleasure.
Some great stories and some great interaction on why you write and kind of where these books came from. And thank you guys, everybody, for watching. I'm not going to get in camera because I'm not in camera mode. So everybody have a great night. Next week, Saturday, a week from Saturday, Patrick Hare is signing to celebrate the release of his book,
Patrick Hare!
Corporate Boilerplate Vinegar. That is sure to be a fantastic event.
Recently knighted in his native England.
The Prince of Sarcasm.
Sir Reverend Dr. Patrick Big Daddy Hare.
I have no doubt that Bill will be here to help egg us on and make sure that that event lives up to its legendary hype. So thank you, everybody. Have a good night. And Bill, as I turn this off, did you want to say good night to everybody?
Good night, everybody. Have a safe, pleasant May, and stay healthy. And thanks for buying the book.
Boom. Boom. Done.
How long was that?
57 minutes.
Wow.